LFC Liverpool Football Club back in the Champions League with a bang. 3 points on the board. Unfortunately, no clean sheet this time, but we will be talking about it. Big up to everyone. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim, first and foremost. Big up to everyone. Welcome back to the channel. And this is just a pre-recorded stream to kind of talk about the game. Liverpool versus AC Milan, the 3-1 win at the San Siro. Big up to all of you guys. Please do make sure you guys are slapping the like button. Do make sure you guys are subscribing. Share this video everywhere as well. And keep letting me know your opinions in the comment section because I do read a lot of the comments and I try to respond to as many as possible. So, Liverpool 3, AC Milan 0. AC Milan 1, sorry. I'm so used to saying nil after the first 3 games. But AC Milan 1, obviously the game started with the Pulisic goal, which we'll be addressing. But first and foremost, I've got to start with one guy and one guy only. And that's that man. Ryan Giro Gravenberch. What a performance yet again from Ryan Gravenberch. I'll be honest with you, I'm running out of adjectives to describe Ryan Gravenberch. Fantastic, sensational, amazing. Whatever it is that you want to say about the guy, he's just been absolutely unbelievable to start this season. And for me, when I did the Liverpool player power rankings, I ranked him number one. I ranked him number one for good reason because he deserves to be number one because he deserves to be called the best player for Liverpool Football Club this season. Now I know obviously Mo Salah was number one maybe 3 games ago and stuff, but after Forest, after today, listen, there is no doubt about it that Gravenberch has been our best player overall this season. And again today, just everywhere on the pitch in a good sense in terms of like just the tackles, the interceptions, that third goal. And let's just say it as it is, because obviously I'm going to give credit to Cody Gakpo as well, because I thought Cody Gakpo had a fantastic game. But that third goal does not happen without Ryan Gravenberch. Make no mistake, we can sit up here and we can pick and choose who to give credit to and who to not give credit to, but that's just the reality of the situation. That third goal, the goal that iced the game, the goal that ended the game, that goal does not even happen without Ryan Gravenberch. The guy takes the ball, carries it from essentially the left back position, from our half of the pitch, and then obviously plays through Gakpo, who does what he needs to do, and he had a fantastic game for me today. Cody Gakpo occupying down that left-hand side, fantastic game. But for me, Ryan Gravenberch is consistently proving that he's just absolutely unbelievable. And I have to start the video with him before we get to the goal that Milan scored and stuff, because I have to give him credit. This man, overall, the first 5 games of the season, the 4 Premier League games, and the 1 UCL game, I've got to say Ryan Gravenberch has been our best player in my honest opinion. And if you disagree, let me know in the comment section down below who you think our best player has been. For me, it's Ryan. Now, let's start with the game. Look, is it an element of complacency? Is it an element of falling asleep? The fact that we conceded the goal so early. I mean, Liverpool, one thing about the new Arne Slot system, if you would like, is we have been solid defensively. Keeping possession, keeping the ball, keeping it moving, keeping it ticking, all the type of good stuff. But at the same time, it was such a serious lack of concentration. It's just like everyone just fell asleep in the same exact moment. Tsimikas is a little bit too high up the pitch. Virgil van Dijk doesn't win the tackle. Maybe Konate could be a bit more aggressive on Pulisic or whatever it is. But for some reason, that trio, if you would like, and maybe you could even say Gravenberch was a bit out of position. But that trio really in the first goal is the reason why we conceded. And I'll be honest with you, listen, given what happened against Nottingham Forest, I was losing it. And also adding on top of the fact that it was a Chelsea player, just like Callum Hudson-Odoi was. So I was like, I hope this is not written in the stars. Christian Pulisic scored, and Liverpool, the first 15, 20 minutes were not looking good at all. We were not looking good at all. But then, up steps up Ibrahima Konate and Virgil van Dijk. If I told anyone before the game that our first 2 goal scorers returning back to the Champions League will be Konate first goal, Virgil van Dijk second goal, rightfully so, you would all laughed at me, because even to this very second, and by the way, the first goal was assisted by Trent, the right back. The second goal was assisted by Tsimikas, the left back. So like both moments, essentially, Konate scored from a Trent assist and Virgil scored from a Tsimikas assist. And it's funny because Virgil plays down the left-hand side and Konate plays on the right-hand side. But it was a fantastic leaping header. And you have to say a great cross from Trent as well, because the cross to find him, after all the criticism against Nottingham Forest for him to cross the ball like that. Kostas Tsimikas, we all know his set-piece deliveries. Listen, there's a lot of things you can say Kostas Tsimikas negative about him. And, maybe he's in the best defensive player and blah, 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 which is all fair criticisms. But one thing Set piece deliveries, you cannot fault the guy. Set piece deliveries is always on point. I mean, even in the Carabao Cup final last season, the delivery for Virgil van Dijk was a Costa Simica's cross. So we have to keep that in perspective, because for me, his set piece deliveries are really good, and it showed once again. And obviously, the third goal, when I was talking about Gravenberch earlier on, Gravenberch starts the attack. Gravenberch starts the move. He plays it into Cody Gakpo. And Cody Gakpo, for me today, very unlucky to not score. And he was one of our better players on the pitch. I thought he had a fantastic game, Cody Gakpo. Fantastic game by Cody Gakpo today. Just magnificent. He put it in a way to Szoboszlai, in which Szoboszlai had no option but to score. Like, it wasn't like a tough chance, or like, oh, it's crazy, Szoboszlai couldn't have scored. No. He put it on a plate for Szoboszlai, and that was a fantastic delivery from Cody Gakpo. And hopefully we see more of that down that left-hand side or wherever he plays, because as we've seen with the Netherlands and the Euros, Cody Gakpo definitely has the ability. He has the ability. We just need a bit more consistency from Cody Gakpo, and I hope that we do get it. I've got to talk about as well, Mo. This game, a lot better than Nottingham Forest. Some people are being a bit harsh, saying he had a bad game. I don't necessarily think he had a bad game. Both shots, he hit the bar, unlucky, weak foot as well, and from a tight angle for both of them, really. So I'm not going to sit up here and blame him, because it's not like he missed a clear-cut chance. And the final thing as well I want to say is Alexis McAllister. That's my midfielder. Listen, I'll be honest with you guys. Gravenberch has been our best player this season, but I just love Alexis McAllister. I don't have a single negative word to say about him. I love the guy. I think McAllister is fantastic. I think McAllister is phenomenal. I love Alexis McAllister. I think he's absolutely class. He's unbelievable. And I love him, man. This guy just keeps putting in performances, consistency. Massive credit as well, speaking of consistency, goes to Trent, not for the assist, but for locking up Leao. So much for Trent can't defend, and Leao is going to expose him, and Leao is going to do this, and Leao is going to do that. Trent just locked him up all game long. Leao had one moment. Trent defensively solid. Mwah. All the people who, Trent can't defend. Yes, he can, and he's shown it once again. And look, Szoboszlai, we have to have an honest conversation, guys. And it's okay. I know he scored. So a lot of you guys will be like, oh, Szoboszlai scored. Get off his back. You're just negative. You're criticizing the players. We've got to say it as it is, guys. Just because someone gets a goal does not mean that overall his performance is good. A goal does not change the overall performance. And I thought Szoboszlai in the first half, in my opinion, was the worst player on the pitch for us. Two players I'm going to talk about. Szoboszlai in the first half were just the worst player on the pitch for us. He was just absolutely dreadful. Just like the passes weren't there, the through balls weren't there. He just did not deliver. He just did not score, when you expect him to. He did not influence the game. Couple of passes were overcooked. Couple of passes were undercooked. It just wasn't him. And another player I have to look at is Diogo Jota. This is another game in which Diogo Jota is missing clear-cut goal-scoring opportunities, and that can't happen going forward. Because yes, we can be happy about today, but at the same time be critical. I mean, I've literally just praised 9 players. If I criticize 2 players out of the 11 that played, that's not that deep. You get me? So, guy came, it's like started today. Diogo Jota in front of goal. That chance in the first half for me, he should have scored. People are talking about squaring it to Gakpo or whatever. I disagree. I think he should have scored. Never mind squaring it to Gakpo or not. That should be a goal right there. So for me, Jota needs to get more clinical. Szoboszlai, obviously, he scored the goal, but overall, the passes need to get correct. It need to get straight, because we can't have that many wayward passes in a game. But overall, look, first game back in the Champions League, very happy. 3 points. We scored 3 goals at the San Siro as well, which is fantastic. 2 of our centre backs scoring, assisted by both right back and left back, which is really good. For me, Gravenberch is my man of the match. Second best player on the pitch for me has got to be Cody Gakpo. And listen, it was a fantastic win, fantastic result. Liverpool win again. Back in the Champions League where we belong. This is where we belong, ladies and gentlemen. So, big up to all of you guys. This has been my short form match reaction for the Champions League, the Liverpool game. Make sure you guys are liking and subscribing. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Share this video everywhere. I will see you whenever we see you. Peace.